Hello guys, Ray here from Man City Fan Chat. How are you guys doing? Just gonna try and get this on my channel so people can see and then get it on Twitter so at least people can see we're actually doing something. We're here live. Just take sorry guys, take the first minute just to get this working. At home, my computer's almost dead. Yeah, my computer's almost dead. So we'll see if we can, of course, let's get it on Twitter. Hey, Mike, how you doing, mate? Hope you're really, really well. Friday night. Let's see who's in the house, who's gone home. Who's out, sorry. Yeah, my computer's about to die. So, what have we got today? It's the M words. We've got Mangala. We've got Mendy. We've got Garcia. We've got centre back Mahrez. Is that enough? I think it is. Let's just get a couple of guys in so that they know it's that we're in the house. Let's get this done. Let's get Cobby if he's not already around. Let's get about half a dozen people so that at least they know we are here. I think that's enough. And we'll get back to whoever is in the house. Okay, Mike, hope you're doing really well, mate. Good evening, good day. Paid, Mike. What's not working? All right, Chris, how you doing, mate? Chris Welch is in the house. Yeah, Mike, I walked in tonight, come back from London, and I walked in, and my freezer is making a horrible sound. I think it's on its last legs, so that's a few £100 when I get a chance to get a new one. But I'll just turn it off and then try and get another one ordered for the next time I'm back, because I'm not going to leave this on. You never know. Don't have to start a fire. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something. It's just going to be for a minute. I don't know how to do this. Let me send. I'm going to send you. Just click on the link. You're going to get a. See, Mike. Paste. So, Mike, you should get an email. Just click on the link. Let's see if it works. It might pop your call. I don't know, Mike. There's only so much I can do with technology now. I've had enough. I've had enough of technology these days. I'm on my super fast broadband with BT, who absolute con. They say if they can't guarantee the broadband, they pay you £20 a month. Okay, but you can only call it 4 times a year, and I think it's got to be they can't if they haven't repaired it within a month, then you get your £20. Something absolutely ridiculous like that. You know, you're paying over £30 a month as it is, or about £30 a month, £32 a month. And if it's down all month, you've paid 32, and they only give you 20 back. That's a con. Heat wave in Boston. Well, I think it's up and down in Manchester now. It's been raining, belting it down yesterday. We had some friends. We went to see HMS Belfast yesterday. Got absolutely soaked our night just in a t-shirt, and it absolutely. Let's see if Mike is in the house. All right, let's do it again, Mike. Let's try again. Let's get Mike up again. Making me work hard, Mike. There we go. The thing is, guys, I just want to see. I want to see if this this invitation works, and then I can start, getting more people on the stream. So if this can work with Mike, then maybe one day we'll get somebody else. I don't think I'm going to do it too much, but occasionally it'll be nice. Yeah, Vidya. Yeah, I was going to talk centre backs. It was going to happen eventually. I mean, I'm shocked we've not been linked with him already. Prince Hot Jordan. I don't know who you are, mate. Who's your favourite Man City youngster? Well, I think everybody likes Phil Foden. And let's go sit with Phil Foden. But also, I'm liking Eric Garcia. And I'm liking... I want Claudio Gomez to do really well. Because I've met him. My lads met him. He's a really nice guy. I want him to succeed at City. Heat wave, that is. Yeah, everyone's going to get a heat wave. Well, it's going to be belting it down tomorrow morning when I'm out working. I'm up at 5. Up at 5. Out the door at just before 7. Got to pick up a parcel and then leg it down to this castle. Got to be there before 9. I think the cars aren't allowed after 9:30, and I've got a lot of equipment, a lot of stuff to carry. So it is what it is. You got to just get on with it, but I just can't afford to be late. So what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Manu Garcia because he's finally gone to Sporting Gijón on was it a 4 or 5 year contract? AFCON and Riyad Mahrez, and the final's going on right now. I'm not going to watch it. I didn't manage to watch the first half. I thought to myself, I had a choice: do I watch AFCON or do I go to the gym for half an hour? And I thought I'll go to the gym for half an hour. Because I didn't go all last week, so I've been twice today, and I won't be able to go again till Monday because weekend is just too busy. I don't go to one of these all-night gyms, and so I'll go to the gym on Monday, and then there's a gym near where we're staying in London, and I can get 3-day free pass, so that'll get me through next week. You're back in Manchester, yeah, football fan chat. I'm very well. Mike James, hopefully, is in the house. Andy's doing a big movie quiz. Well, hey, Mike.
All right.
Hey, Mike. Let's get your face in, Mike. Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Mike. Hey. I tell you what. The subscription of our female viewers is going to go through the roof.
Yeah, right.
Through the roof. We've got Mike James in the house. I put Mike on for a few minutes. Just a test, test you out. But hey, football fan. Andy's doing a big movie quiz. Well, it's one of those. I'm not going to talk about it. Football fan chat. You'll get banned. I'll just say he knows I'm on at 9, and so yeah, it's just one of those. He started doing these late quizzes, trying to get people on. I think he did one at 8 o'clock, trying to get people on so they don't come here. It doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. Hi, Shakti. Hope you're doing well. Mike's gone very quiet. Manu Garcia left City's buyback clause included in the deal. Vidya. Yeah, that's where City do it, Vidya. City do buyback clauses or sell-on clauses. There'll be something in there because I don't know. I've not seen the actual terms of the deal. It wasn't really very expensive. He's worth a few million quid. But the thing is, I spoke to a fan of Sporting Gijón last week, and they said that I think Mike's frozen. They said that Sporting Gijón can't afford the 4 million that was rumoured. I'll probably remove Mike because he's frozen. Sorry, Mike, you're frozen now. I've had to lock you out. He's there. He's bad Mike. Mike's still there, so I'll put him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't do it.
Manu Garcia will probably go for about 2.5 most.
Well, the thing is about Manu Garcia, the guy, the fan from Sporting Gijón that I spoke to last week said they can't afford 4 million, and I said it sounds a lot for a second division club.
They won't.
He was suggesting to me, that it might be a loan for a year with an option to buy, and Manu Garcia might renew his contract, but obviously none of that's happened. He's gone. So I've not looked at the full details. I've been travelling today, so you guys might know a bit more than me, Mike. What do you think?
It's been finalised, has it? I didn't know.
No, that I do know, but I don't know any terms of the deal.
I'll just have a quick look now. See if I can find anything.
Cheers, Mike. So
let's see if I can find a fee.
I'll go through the other questions, Mike, while you're having a look. Chris Welch says, do you think Mendy's career is done? If he gets another injury, I think and especially if it's a long-term injury, he can't be relied upon. And I think that's his career at City. You know, it's going to be very hard to recover from this unless
Ray apparently went for 4 million.
That's what I said last week.
According to Transfer Market. But it might not have been all straight up front. So
yeah, I don't. I mean, to be honest, you can't believe a lot of what you read in Transfer Market. I don't believe that. I mean, sometimes you can get the buying club actually say what they paid. So City might say it's closed, but someone at the buying club leaks it out. So I still say 4 million quid, even 4 million euros. It's a lot of money for a second division team. Yeah. But on the other hand, he's a decent player, Mike. You know, Manu Garcia is a decent player. So you know, if he can get them promotion or he can do well, all he's going to do is increase his value.
Yeah, they'll do really well in that second tier. Really well.
I hope he does really well. I mean, that's where he started his main part of his career. So fingers crossed he does well. Let's go through some of your comments. Because of Mendy's continuous injury problem, City had to change their mind and sign Angelino. I think that's it. And one important thing, if you listen to the podcast we did with Bolt from the Blue and Colin Savage, we did a couple of podcasts. We talked about this City non-homegrown players. And one of the reasons we got Angelino back was because he counts as a homegrown player. He's been on City's books 3 years before his 21st birthday. What Colin said is we've got 17 non-homegrown players. Unless we lose a non-homegrown player, we cannot buy any more non-homegrown players. Well, we can, but we just can't include everybody in our squad. So for argument's sake, we could get a non-home. If Mangala says, I'm not leaving, we get Toby Alderweireld. If Mangala was part of our squad last year as a non-homegrown, we could just have him not in our squad and then get Toby in. I think that you either got to sell or exclude. We've done that before. I think a couple of seasons back, we excluded someone because 2 or 3 seasons back because they were injured and it was a long-term injury. So we excluded them until January when it was a Champions League squad, I think. Yeah, Chris, if Mendy didn't have his injuries, he probably would have got more. He could have been up there with Kevin De Bruyne with the league assists because he got 5 in about the first 6 or 7 games last season.
Yeah, he did he started off really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex Garcia, would he stay? He could stay because if he counts as, I think one of the important things, if you're a homegrown talent, then there's a chance, and you're under 21, you can stay. Alex Garcia.
Yeah, he could, maybe. He's a decent centre mid. Had 2 years on loan at Girona.
He's had 2 years, absolutely. And now, I will tell you about Alex Garcia.
He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player.
He's 22, okay? Yeah. You've got to look. So the next thing is he homegrown and is he academy trained? That's the next thing. So he's been at City since 2015. So my quick calculations, he's just turned 22. So he'll count as homegrown and academy trained.
Yeah, that's
because he joined on the 27th of August 2015, and by the 27th of August 2018, 21 years old. Oh, it's one of those I have to double check because he might not. Because by the time he was 21, or he was 21 on the 28th of June 2018. He's not. He doesn't count as homegrown, I don't believe, which is a real bummer.
Yeah, it is.
You have to have done 3 years by the time you're 21 years old, and Alex Garcia hasn't. So that is a big problem. So the only way he can stay is as a non-homegrown player. So I don't see him staying at all.
I know. Difficult for him to get in the side regularly, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, as I said, with that, if you're under 21 already, we can keep you around the squad. If you're under 21 already, Angelino's come back. He counts as an academy trained player because he did 3 years before he was 21. So, we're not including Mangala. I'm including Mangala for the time being. But I tell you what, let's do the news of Mangala. There is rumour that Vincent Kompany wants Mangala at Anderlecht. Now, that's interesting because I still think Mangala is a Premier League quality defender. Everton had him on loan. They wouldn't have had him on loan. What's that, Mike?
He might actually do all right for a bottom half team in Premier League.
Yes, I think I actually said Arsenal should have got him. I said Arsenal should have got Mangala and Fabian Delph for about 10 million quid. They couldn't lose. They're trying to chase Wilf Zaha, an attacking player, for Crystal Palace won't let him go for less than 60, 65 million. Arsenal haven't got that money. They're chasing an attacking player. They've got Lacazette. They've got Aubameyang. They're good enough attacking players.
Yeah.
You don't need what Arsenal need. The defenders. They need a couple of solid centre backs. And that's why I said they could have got
getting Tierney.
Well, they've not offered enough. They've offered about 25 million. Celtic have said no. Now, I honestly think Arsenal could have done worse than just say, right, we'll have Delph. He can play the defensive midfield or left back, and we'll have Mangala. He plays a centre back, 10 million quid. And instead, they're chasing the wrong player and who they can't afford. Original Gunner, hope you're doing well, mate. But hey, look, Vincent Kompany knows Mangala. He knows the quality of Mangala, and Mangala will be going to a club and a league that's below him, in my opinion. All right, he might struggle there, but
excel
to a lower league. Okay, and you can argue what's the standard. Okay, the best teams in Belgium might be Premier League standard, but the rest, then maybe I'm doing them a disservice, but I said the rest are not. So I think it's a good move. If they can get Mangala to go, I think it's a good move. He'll go on a What's that, Mike?
He'll be on loan initially, will he?
I don't know. I mean, what's the point of having him out on loan because he's got a 1-year contract? They might just let him go for free. It could be that.
Free, why not? Do Kompany a favour, eh? Why not?
I think Kompany knows whose shoulder he can tap. And he can speak. And Mangala's got no future at City. Okay,
no.
He's not he'll not be in the squad. There's so many people ahead of him. I mean, look, you've got Taylor Howard Bellis in front of him. He's 17 years old. Mangala, hi, Lukman, how you doing, mate? Yeah, double chat, two-headed chat tonight for a few minutes anyway. But look, Mangala should have signed for half-decent team video. He should have signed for a top 10 team. But if he goes to Anderlecht, I think he should do all right. He'll do well. I mean, I got to ask you, Mike, if Mangala goes to Anderlecht, who will be his centre-back partner?
Kompany.
There you go. There you go. So Kompany will help him so much.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a decent centre-back pairing.
And if Mangala goes there for a couple of years and improves, he could get maybe a bigger team. Maybe.
Yeah.
Look, the Italian league or something.
Well, the thing is, he was at Everton, and the only reason he didn't do anything at Everton because he got injured very, very quickly.
Yeah, he actually did okay when he was injured. Yeah.
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 So I actually think Mangala, can go to Anderlecht for a year or two. It depends if we loan him or sell him. We might end up loaning him just to do company an even bigger favour. I don't know, because I guess Anderlecht. What's that, Mike?
They've got Felipe Sandler as well.
Yeah, so they've got 3 to choose from. They could have 3. So that's a good point, Mike. I said you were very clued up.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's useful to have 3 good centre backs, because if you're going to play 45, 50 games a season, you can't have Vincent. You can't rely on Vincent Kompany to play that many. And Sanders.
What are Sanders' chances when he returns? Because he'll be 23 when he comes back.
Who's that?
Felipe Sandler. He'll be 23 next summer when he comes back.
His issue is going to be: is he good? Is he going to be good enough? Is he going to be good enough to come out? Because you've got to remember, I suspect this could be the last season for Otamendi. It could be if Eric Garcia. What's that?
I thought he'd be here for a couple of years, to be honest.
Otamendi.
Yeah, maybe 2 seasons.
I think he's got 2 years left on his contract. But my feeling is he wasn't happy last season because he wasn't playing enough. Okay,
no, season before he played a lot.
Yeah, so that was the noise that came out. Now Kompany's gone, you'd expect Otamendi to play more. But if Eric Garcia comes through and Eric Garcia makes it, then Otamendi might say, well, actually, yes, I played, come next summer, he could say, well, yes, I played 35 games this year, but this Garcia kid has played a dozen games.
Yeah.
And he's going to take my place. And then the next season, I'll be 33 and I'll be back to playing 15 or 20 games. I don't want that.
No.
So he might say the writing's on the wall, especially if Taylor Howard-Bellis is coming through as well. So
Otamendi will be thinking he's got no chance, mate.
Yeah, well, Otamendi realistically is already behind Laporte and John Stones, so he's gonna be worried.
Big season for Stones.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop you now, Mike, if that's all right.
Yeah,
and it was just a test, but we've now seen what Mike looks like. And I will make sure the girls are well aware. Are you single, Mike?
All right, mate.
Are you single?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get your picture circulated, mate. Take it easy, Mike. See you later.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
So Mike is gone. Anyway, that's a bit of fun. Video. I have no idea why we give Mangala a contract extension. I thought it might be because we want a fee for selling him. We might sell him for £1 million or something. No thanks, Chris. Even though Lovren is one of the 3 best defenders in the world, no thanks. Yeah, video. I don't think it was too clear. It's one of those. It was just a test video to see how it works. I mean, I'm hopeful to get a Mike on with me one day. That's the next plan. Cheshire Umber, I don't know. I mean, I want it to be Laporte and Stones. I want it to start off with Laporte and Stones and see how that goes. Chris, it's not a dating site. Hey, we've got to help young Mike out. Yeah, but the stream will go out. The stream will go out later. We know it works. Thanks, Mike. Let's give Mike a big thanks. Last season, Tosin played right back for West Brom. Why don't we try him as a second choice right back and let Danilo leave? Well, Vidya, that's an option, but the feeling is Blackburn are poking around Tosin, which, I mean, if you watch my videos, if you guys can watch the 2 videos I put out today, one on Mahrez and one on a news update. If you can watch that, that'd be great. No, Mangala's not going to West Ham, Chris. I really, really doubt that. But Tosin Adara Bioyo. Got it wrong. Tosin Adara Bioyo. Adara Bioyo. That's it. You have to practice that. You always get it wrong. Tosin Adara Bioyo. Now, the thing for me is, he's got. I think he's got no future at City. I don't think he's got a future at City because, as I said, look who's ahead of him. Otamendi, Stones, Laporte, Eric Garcia, and now Taylor Howard-Bellis. Even Philippe Sandler would have had above him. So, what future has he got, Tosin? I don't think he's got a future. And I just think he needs to move now. Maybe do another season on loan at Blackburn, but I think he's not got a future here. Yeah, look, Mike. The thing is, I also said it depends on the players you've got around you. If you've got quality players around you, then like City have, and if City have got 70% possession, then there's fewer opportunities for you to make those mistakes. Adri Benabe, he looked good. See, the funny thing is, okay, I watched him playing for the EDS, I think, last season a few times, and I just thought, okay, he's not doing enough, blah blah blah. But when you put him with the first team, totally different kettle of fish. Totally different kettle of fish, because he's not under as much pressure to shine, really, and he's not my match. I'll give an example. Wilf Zaha, when he's playing for Palace, opposition teams know he's one of their best players, so some of them might double team him. If he was playing for Liverpool, it's very hard to double team Zaha when you've got Mo Salah there, when you've got Sane there, or Firmino. You can't double team three players. Yeah, it's the same at City. If he was at City, and let's say he's playing out on the left wing, it's hard to double team him all the time when you've got so many other dangerous players. Yeah, Carl. I agree. Tosin's not quite good enough. Pellegrini, I'm not sure Pellegrini will take him. I don't mind him going to Anderlecht. Mukund, Abdul Nasir, Oluwatosin, Oluwada. Oh, I can't say that, mate. Oluwadoyin Solami Adarabioyo. Well, I think we'll stick with Tosin Adarabioyo. I think I'm all right with names. I can say Abdul Nasir, Oluwatosin, Abdul Nasir, Oluwatosin. It's that fourth one, Oluwadoyin Solami Adarabioyo. Wow. Can you imagine if they didn't charge per letter and you wanted a player's name on the back of your shirt? Yeah, Chris Pellegrini signed him, but I don't think it was his choice. I think that was coming from other people. I think Pellegrini just got given players. It's not Yo-Yo. People used to call him Yo-Yo. It's Bioyo. Just one Yo, Bioyo. Joseph, always there with your nice shirts. AFCON score was 1-0 at half time. Yeah, Mike, the strategy was just pants. I think there's no other way to describe it. Wasn't good at all. Let's have a quick look at AFCON score. I think it was 1-0. Still 1-0 after 72 minutes. That second minute goal by Baghdad Bounedjah. And in fact, actually, if you the guy who gave me the information on the Walid, who's the Algerian journalist who helped me with the Mahrez video, he said it's about time he scores. And 2 minutes in, okay, it's a huge deflection. But for me, that goalkeeper should have still tried. Even if you're wrong-footed, flat-footed, and you think you got, excuse me, you think you got no chance, you've got to still put the effort in. What if that hit the crossbar? Yeah, dropped down and spun over the line, and the goalie hadn't even bothered. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, Mokund, I didn't want to watch. I was half tempted. If I had nothing else to do, or if I'd got home a bit earlier, I might have watched the first half. But as I said earlier, I had a choice. Don't go the first half of AFCON. And I'd rather go to the gym because I'm not doing much. I missed all last week. I've not been to the gym for a week. I went this afternoon when I arrived back for half an hour. And then I went this evening for another half an hour. So get as much as you can squeeze in. Hi, Simon Benson. Simon, hope you're doing well, Simon. I don't know who you are. So it's always nice to at least tell us where you are, Simon. And, then at least we've got that little bit of information, which is nice. Mike, Javi Garcia, yeah, he stayed for a season, didn't he? He wasn't good enough. Chris, yeah, look, I mean, I've said I don't want Mahrez back for at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks, I don't want him back. Simply because he's not had any rest at all. He needs a couple of weeks, maybe at least 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks away from Manchester. You know, I mean, well, the minimum I want is 2 weeks. The minimum, and I don't want him to play in the Community Shield. I don't want him to play that first game against West Ham. I want him to have a month of 2 weeks of rest away from football and 2 weeks to get ready for football. Flixton, that's near Urmston, isn't it, Simon? Just got to remember. Mukund, I did a video on Mahrez, man. I watched bits. I spoke to Waleed and I watched bits myself. Now, Mahrez scored 3 goals in 6 games. That's not bad. No penalties, which is all right. A couple of 2 or 3. He helped to set up 2 or 3 goals. No assists as such. But what Waleed said, one of the big things he noticed, the way Algeria were playing, Mahrez was more defensive. So he played a more withdrawn role and he was defending more. And he said in one game against the Ivory Coast after 85 minutes, Mahrez even did a sliding tackle. Now, you probably never thought you'd see that with Mahrez, but he really put the effort in. So I think that augurs well for City because he can put the effort in for City now. And it might show Pep that he can play a more withdrawn role. I think we knew that anyway. But it'd be interesting to see how Pep utilises Mahrez this season and what Riyad's confidence is like. Because it's going to make a big difference. I think if they win AFCON, yeah, I think it's going to make a huge difference to his confidence. His confidence must be sky high because he's their star player. He's done a really good job for them in Africa Cup of Nations. And if they can win that final and he contributes, then I think that his confidence, his swagger should be there. And I think he could really step up next season. Chris Welch, which are the big 6 teams? Well, he'd walk into Man United, I think. I think he'd walk into Arsenal. I think he'd get into Spurs, Chelsea. Liverpool, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. You got 3 decent, but I don't think Firmino's good enough, actually. I've said this to you before, Chris. I don't think Firmino's good enough for what Liverpool want to achieve. All right, Simon. Oh, thanks very much for you watching our videos and you turn notifications ever since. Oh, thanks, mate. Mike James, not Liverpool's. Well, I don't know. I don't know whether could you play Salah up down the middle and Sane on one side and Mahrez on the other, but then you'd have to change, I think, the way Liverpool play. And one thing about Mahrez, I don't think he'd work hard enough for Liverpool. I think Pep is making him work hard, but I don't think he'd work hard enough for Liverpool. I don't understand, Chris. I think Liverpool do need another creative player. I do think you need another very creative midfielder or another attacker who can play anywhere along the line. But you've left it late. That's not always a good thing to do, in my opinion. Now, Pepe there's a video with Pepe talking about Man United and Liverpool, and he said he'd prefer, apparently that's what he said. I wasn't listening that much. He said, "Oh, my computer's about to die. Let me just check my storage." I don't know how it uses storage space when I'm not producing anything. I'm just watching, doing a video like this. Yeah, I've got 4 gigs left. So, and Pepe apparently said they talked about, he said he preferred Man United over Liverpool because of the way they treated Ronaldo when he went back with a lot of respect and everything else. And he didn't say, but Liverpool haven't always treated returning players they deserve. I mean, I think Raheem Sterling's taken a lot of grief. City generally do. Ex-players that come back, as long as they don't slag the club off, City gives them a very, very decent reception. I think Milner's the only one who doesn't get a very positive reception. But generally, it's not really full of booze and stuff like that. It's not abuse. So I think generally City fans are pretty decent like that. Watch the game tomorrow. I'm working. It's one of the it's the reason I couldn't even think to go out there. I agreed to do some work for a friend of mine a few months back, and we're working at a castle tomorrow over in Derbyshire for the whole weekend. And he asked me to do this months and months ago. I think before the City dates and everything was confirmed. Otherwise, I'd have looked to. I've said it before. We would have. It's 3 years now since I've been to Malaysia, and we'd have looked to go to Malaysia and have a base in Kuala Lumpur, and then I could fly out to China for the games, fly up to Japan for the games, on Hong Kong, whatever. And my family would stay in KL, and then we would come back. So we could have about a month away, and I could spend a couple of weeks watching the football. But it's what it is. I can't let my mate down. Yeah, Liverpool do. If is Moreno gone, Chris? So then you do need someone if Moreno's gone. Should we sign that young Fenerbahce goalkeeper, Upsek? Well, if we do sign him, as long as he's under 21, I strongly believe we'd only sign him to make money out of him. Not a bad thing. Wow, Mike knows his stuff with Liverpool after a lot of players. But what I don't understand it, Chris, you're 2 weeks before the Community Shield, 3 weeks before the start of the season. If you get players in, how are they going to, what's the right word, acclimatise to playing for Liverpool? Because playing for Liverpool is a very taxing style of play with all that pressing. It's very hard, and it can take players a while, not to just run around like headless chickens thinking I've got to keep running, and get the tactics right. So, we'll see. Mike saying, City still interested in Thiago Almeida from Vélez Sarsfield, the next Messi, apparently. Yeah, I read something about that. Let's go through what else we're talking about. So, we said Manuel Garcia apparently has gone for 4 million to Sporting Gijón on a permanent deal. Mangala, the rumour is that he might be going to Anderlecht to play with for Vincent Kompany. So you could have 3 centre-backs who were all at City last season in Philippe Sandler. He could play DM Philippe Sandler. You have Mangala and Kompany. That's not confirmed, obviously. You've got Mendy. Mendy saying he's not going to be fit. Apparently, Mendy's going to be joining the club after the Japan leg of the trip. But he apparently has said he's not going to be ready till mid of September. Let's see. I mean, he could just drag on and on and on. Mahrez has played really well. Go and watch, please, after we've done this, watch the video on Mahrez. And centre-backs, we're linked with, at last, we're linked with Umtiti, and we're once again linked with Bonucci. You know my feelings on Bonucci. He's too old. He's had an issue when he went to Milan. He had to leave after a season. Who knows if he's going to settle at City. And I think he's 33 now. I'm sorry, guys. He's just too old. Just too old for me. AFCON, we're in 82 minutes gone. And it's still 1-0. Looks like that early goal after 2 minutes could do the deal. So Bonucci's 32, guys. So I said 32 or 33. If we got Bonucci, he'd be 33, okay, next summer. And as I said, it might take a year for him to, actually come to terms with playing for City, come to terms with playing in the Premier League. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Let's get back to the stream. It's not too late, Chris. If someone really good comes along at the right price, I can see Liverpool still buying them. But I'm really surprised that they haven't. Maybe you've not got the money. Who knows? Maybe the Coutinho money that you thought you had. Maybe there's a problem with Barcelona paying. Who knows what the issue is? No one's going to really want to talk about money from the club side of things. The preseason is not great. You got AFCON, which is finishing today. And 3 weeks before the start of the Premier League season, you've got you had the Copa America, which finished, was it a couple of weeks back or 12 days ago? And then you got City in China, Hong Kong, and Japan. It's all for money. As Mike says, it's all for money. Now, I remember the days when we'd go to Oldham in the rain in the summer, in July, and local clubs. And that got local clubs a decent money too. When we went to the Oldham game, I have no idea how many went. Was it a £5 or a £10 a ticket? But there were a few thousand people there. And if you've got, for argument's sake, 5,000 or 6,000 people, and they paid a £5 each, that's 30 grand in Oldham's pocket. You know, it's nice to help the local clubs as well. Mucken, can we send more non-homegrown players right now? I don't think so. Without looking at the squad, Mucken, you can have 8 homegrown players, okay, but 4 of them have to be, I think, academy trained. So, for instance, Angelino is academy trained. Let's have, we could look at the squad, but Angelino is academy trained, so he counts. Delph, when we had Delph was a homegrown, but he wasn't academy trained. Okay, off the top of my head, I can't think of all the homegrown players. I might do a video on that. Did anyone see Pep's stress? Pep usually wants to win every single game. And Mucken, I thought Pep was not pleased at all these games. Yeah, well, the thing is, we arrived 2 days late, so I don't think that's helped. Yeah, Mike, Glossop, North End. Chris Wells thoughts of the game versus Wolves. I think it'll be a tougher game for both teams. Newcastle weren't good enough, and West Ham weren't good enough either. Wolves have got a better defence. I think that's going to help them. And it just depends on who we play. I think we saw against West Ham in the second half, when we had most of our best players on, West Ham could not cope with City. We could have scored 6 or 7 or 8. So it should be quite an interesting game. My thoughts on centre-backs, whether we get Bonucci, Umtiti, Ake, Toby Alderweireld. My feeling is we're not. We played Taylor Howard-Bellis for a full game to see how he'd do. And I think he equipped himself very well. So for a cup defender, he could be included for a cup defender. Guys, I've got about another 5 minutes because I'll be quite honest, been 2.5 litres of water, and that's a lot of water to drink in half an hour. So might have to leave you soon. But another 5 minutes, guys. Another 5 minutes. Let's see. Let's quickly check the AFCON score. Still 1-0 after 86 minutes. It's going to go noisy in Paris if Algeria win this. Let's have a look what Mucken says. Ideally, first half, if we don't go behind by more than 1 goal, when the kids are on. Yeah, I mean, the way I'd play it, I'd probably play with 5 or 6 kids again. Okay, and if we're ahead or not behind, I keep them on minutes. Give them as much as they can. Yeah, it's quiet tonight. Well, there's some people probably watching AFCON. It's a Friday night. People are out on the time. Chris, would you take off Ake, Alderweireld, Umtiti, Bonucci? Well, right now we can have none of them because none of them are homegrown. It would be either Ake or Alderweireld, primarily because Ake's 24. He's got a lot ahead of him, and I think he's a very good defender. Alderweireld, even though he's 30, he's had 5 years in the Premier League. Ake counts as homegrown, I think, off the top of my head. Is it because of his time at Chelsea? It could count as homegrown. So there you go. For me, it's a no-brainer. I'd take Ake all day long. Toby would have to release a non-homegrown. Nathan Ake. I mean, the easy way to do is have a quick shufty at Google to see when he came to Chelsea. Nathan Ake. Okay, so here we go. He's 24. He came to Chelsea in 2012, apparently. Oh, he came in 2011. So he had 5 years with Chelsea. So Nathan Ake counts as a homegrown player. So for me, if we've got one homegrown space, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Ake for me, because of his age and everything else. Yeah, Mucken, the second half of the big guns will be very interesting tomorrow. Yeah, Shakhtar. Stocky used to play on a Friday night. Who else? Tranmere used to play on a Friday night as well, I think, for a few games. Mike would go for Alderweireld, but the problem is, he can slot in straight away. But the problem is, we'd have to release a non-homegrown player. Now, if Bravo had left, that was an option. Yeah, and I've got to. I mean, I fell into the trap of that Riesca, that guy from Eibar, that goalie, and all the people who, you know, I'm not going to name any names, that came out and said, "Oh yeah, City going to buy him, City going to buy him, City going to buy him." How can we buy him? He's not homegrown. You know, we'd have to, if Bravo had left, Bravo said he's not going. If Bravo had left, then yes, we could have got this Eibar keeper because Bravo's non-homegrown, Eibar keeper's non-homegrown. Cancel it out. But if we don't get rid of a what's this Eibar keeper going to do? Absolutely nothing. No, Mike, we wouldn't use them together. But last season, Aymeric Laporte played 41 games out of 61. Now, if he's playing 41 out of 61, Aki could play the other 20. So he's got a reasonable number of games that season already. So I think I still think it's a good shout. Chris, has De Ligt left Ajax too early? Maybe a season too early. If Juventus are looking to use him for the full season, I think if he'd come to City, we'd have used Laporte, Stones, Otamendi, and De Ligt. And I think De Ligt would not have played more than 35 to 40 games. If Juventus are desperate to use him, after Grimshaw, we could have had Danny Grimshaw as number 2. You know, he was number 3 last season, so we could have moved him up to number 2. That would have worked for me. Guys, I think that's a lot. It's slightly short tonight, but I want to go and see the celebrations as Algeria still 1-0. It's in injury time. So I'm going to bid you farewell, guys. Adieu. And guys, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. See you, Mike.